Hey Crossers! Welcome to the Crossroads and Coffee Podcast, where we share real conversations about faith, purpose, and the beautiful mess of everyday life, all over a good cup of coffee. I'm Glades, your host and your cafe companion for the day, here to remind you that you're not alone at your crossroads. Whether you're figuring out your next career move, wrestling with big questions, or just need a moment to breathe, you're in the right place. So grab your favorite mug, settle in, and let's get into today's conversation. Today we're diving into something that's been on my mind for years: the tension between hustle culture and God's grace. If you're like me, you probably have goals, dreams, deadlines, but also this little voice inside asking, am I working too hard? Am I striving or trusting? Where does faith fit in my ambition? So let's talk about it. Pour your coffee, get cozy, and let's unpack this together. My own hustle story. I'll be real with you, I love working. I've always been that girl. The to-do list queen, the early morning planner, the stay up late to finish type. And for a long time I wore that like a badge of honor. But somewhere along the line I realized my worth was tangled up in how productive I was. The busier I got, the more important I felt, until burnout hit me like a brick wall. I remember one season where I was working late every night, serving at church, saying yes to every opportunity. All good things, right? But inside I was exhausted and empty. That's when I realized my hustle was fueled more by fear than by faith. Why hustle culture is so tempting. So why do we love hustle culture so much? I think it's because the world rewards the grind. Work more, earn more. Be busy, be important. Sleep when you're dead. But here's the thing, as Christians, our identity isn't in our output. It's not in the late nights or promotions, it's in grace. Ephesians 2 verses 8-9 says, "For it is by grace you have been saved through faith. And this is not from yourselves, it is the gift of God, not by works, so that no one can boast." If our salvation isn't earned, why do we act like our worth is? What grace over grind actually looks like. So what does it look like to hustle but not strive? Here's what I'm learning. Work hard but surrender the results. I still believe in excellence. I don't think following Jesus means doing sloppy work. Actually, it means the opposite. We're called to work as unto the Lord. But here's the difference, I do my best and then I let it go. I don't obsess over whether people praise me. I don't spiral if I don't hit every goal. For me, surrender looks like literally praying over my laptop before a big project. Lord, I'm showing up. Help me do my best. And when I close this, I trust you to do the rest. Honor rest as worship. This one still convicts me. Rest feels unproductive, lazy even. But in Genesis, God himself rested, not because he was tired but to set an example for us. Sabbath is a holy pause. When I don't rest, I'm basically saying, God, you can't handle it, so I'll keep working. Now I try to protect a day or even just an evening to step away from my to-do list. No work emails, no side hustle tasks, just real rest. Sometimes that's church and a nap. Sometimes it's a long walk and a slow coffee date with a friend. I remind myself, rest is resistance to a world that worships hustle. It's about shifting from, it's all on me, to, God is bigger than my effort. Keep purpose over productivity. Hustle culture says, do more, be more, achieve more. Jesus says, abide in me. Apart from me, you can do nothing. So I ask myself often, is this busy work or purpose work? It's okay to work hard, but is it moving me toward my calling? Is it loving people well? Sometimes the most productive thing is to stop, talk to a coworker who's struggling, or say no to another task that doesn't align with my bigger why. Purpose beats performance, every time. Invite God into your goals. This might sound so simple, but when was the last time you actually prayed over your work goals? Your promotion? Your career switch? For me, this looks like journaling my goals but leaving margin. God, here's what I want, but close the door if it's not your best. It means checking my heart. Is this goal about my ego or my calling? And honestly, sometimes it means waiting when I'd rather run ahead, because grace says God's timing is better than my timeline. A gentle reminder. Crossers, grace over grind isn't passive, it's powerful. It means you show up, you work hard, you dream big, but you remember it's not all on you. You can lay your hustle down at the feet of the one who gave you your gifts in the first place. That's freedom. That's grace. So crossers, if you're feeling burned out right now, I want you to hear this. You don't have to earn what God already gave you freely. You can breathe. You can rest. You can trust that His grace really is enough. This week, try this. Take one thing off your plate, just one. Use that time to rest, pray, or breathe. Watch how much lighter you feel when you choose grace over grind. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope this gave you a little peace and permission to slow down. If this resonated with you, I'd love for you to share it with a friend who's been hustling hard lately. And hey, if you haven't yet, hit subscribe so you don't miss next week's episode. I'd love to hear your thoughts too. What does grace over grind mean for you? Message me or leave a comment on this episode. Until next time, remember, you are more than what you do. Rest well, crossers. See you next time on the Crossroads and Coffee Podcast.